Welcome to the exotic Finland. How are you?
Thank you. I'm very good. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. So you had to reschedule your shows in Finland a few times because of the volcano thing in Iceland. What's the situation in Iceland now?
Well, it's been quite stable until the day before yesterday, but finally, in the end, I got here. So I hope I'm gonna make it home. But you never know with the forces of nature what's going to happen. But it's pretty stable at the moment, I think.
Eurovision Song Contest is getting closer day by day. Are you excited?
Yes, I have to say so. Because I before I went to Eurovision myself, I wasn't as crazy about the competition as I am now. So now I'm really into it. I'm very excited how Iceland is going to do this year.
And you're announcing the Icelandic votes this year.
Yes, correct.
Are you nervous about that?
I must say that I'm a little bit nervous because I'm never nervous when I sing because I'm used to that, but speaking is a little bit different. So, but hopefully I won't screw it up.
So what kind of experience the whole Eurovision thing was for you?
It was a very, very big learning experience because it's something that, you get a glimpse of what it's really like being famous for a few days and how everything is so hectic, the schedule, but you learn so much from this. And if you do good in the competition, then that is something that can float your career so long. So it's a great opportunity for anyone.
What was the hardest thing during the whole competition?
I think everything about it was really fun. The hardest thing about it was kind of that you never had any time to talk to any of the other contestants a lot. You didn't have time to see much, but it's just all part of the game. You're not really there to mingle. You're there to work. But that was kind of if anything, then I would have liked to do that more.
Okay. Well, how has your own life changed after the competition?
It's changed a lot career-wise because a lot of doors are open now that weren't open before, and a lot of people are willing to help me doing my promotions, like Team Yohanna, for example, and you guys. So this is a lot of good people that are willing to help now, and a lot of business opportunities and concerts, and people wanting me to sing all over the world. That's something that I didn't have before, so that is great.
You released your album Butterflies and Elvis after the competition. How would you describe the album?
I always have a hard time describing my music, but it's pop music. It's a little heavy, some of the songs, but otherwise it's kind of like sweet pop music, without being too girly. It's not bubble pop music like Britney Spears, but it's like, yeah. It has a lot of thought to it, and the lyrics are still meaningful, but it's very hard for me to describe.
What's your own personal favorite song from the album?
Butterflies and Elvis.
Is it also the most personal song for you?
Yes, I would say so. I wrote it myself, so yes, I love that song.
What was the hardest song to write for the album?
It's a good question. I know what the hardest song to sing was on the album. That was Indian Rope Trick. But actually that song was... The thing is that this album was released in Iceland before Eurovision. And then the record company wanted to take 2 songs out or something. So in the original, Indian Rope Trick was on the record, but not when it was released in Sweden. So that was the hardest song to sing, at least. It was a very dramatic, heavy song.
Have you made any plans for your new album yet?
Yes, I'm already writing and looking at new songs and looking at producers and musicians, and I'm already working on that, so hopefully it won't be too long.
What kind of process the whole recording a new album thing is?
It's a big process because you need to get the style that you want and get everything right, and that can take a long time because sometimes you try new ideas and new things and then it doesn't work, so you have to start all over again, and so it's a big process, and you need to pick the right people to do it with you, because you need to kind of click with the people that you're working with on the album.
Will you follow the same style with the new album that you have in Butterflies and Elvis?
I don't think so. It's going to be a bit of a surprise. It's going to be pop music, but with a little, twist of blues and a little classic rock kind of. It has a little bit more, it's more edgy, I would say.
When can we hear some new stuff from you?
Ooh, it depends. Hopefully next year, early next year. Hopefully.
If you could do a duet with anyone in the world, who would it be and why?
It would be probably Robert Plant, because he's my favorite singer. He's the best.
Have you already contacted him?
No, I haven't even. I haven't even had the thought, because I really don't think he would reply. But one day, maybe one day. Robert Plant or Don Henley from the Eagles, that would be nice too.
Could you tell us something about your musical background?
Yes. Well, I was a child star in Iceland. I released my first album when I was 9, and then followed by another one when I was 10, and another one when I was 12. In the meantime, when I was 12 and 15, I was traveling to the States a lot. I was doing a lot of session work and writing, and that was a big learning experience for me. I've done some studies, like technical studies. I've learned classical. I'm classically trained a little bit, and then I went to Copenhagen and stayed there for a few months to learn something that's called complete vocal technique. And that's a very good all-over kind of singing technique that I learned, and that's been helping me a lot throughout the years. So, in a very fast story, that's it.
Well, what has been the most exciting thing during your career besides Eurovision Song Contest?
Well, it's hard to say, because I really love my work, and I really enjoy anything that comes to music. For example, if I have been at home a lot and there have not been a lot of projects, and then suddenly I go and do a project, and I come home like all really happy, because I just feed off the music. I really feed off being with other musicians and communicating in music, and just it's my life. So it's hard to just pick one thing. I enjoy everything.
Well, has the show business treated you the way you thought it would when you started?
Well, it's very unpredictable. Of course, there are ups and downs, but I've been very lucky with the music business. But it's very hard to live on this business. It is.
Well, if you couldn't sing anymore, what would you do for a living?
Ooh, it would be something with art. I would be an actress or something. But I would be devastated if I couldn't sing anymore. That's for sure.
Well, what keeps your enthusiasm for music?
I guess I just get inspired a lot. It doesn't take a lot to inspire me by music. I get inspired from anything around me for music, and just I really enjoy doing music, and it's really all I've been doing for forever. I've always been singing, and it's just there's never been anything else in the works for me. I was never one of these kids that said, "Oh, I'm going to be a nurse or a doctor or policeman or something." When I grew up, it was always a singer from when I was this small.
Well, do you have any routines before shows?
Not really. I try not to sing too much before show. I try to rest my voice, but it's always good to take sing 1 or 2 songs just to get everything in place and warm up a little bit, but otherwise not much. I'm lazy in that way.
Do you have anything you do before the shows besides put your makeup on and stuff like that?
No, I just try to relax as much as I can and just enjoy it. Showtime.
What are you thinking before you go on stage?
It's not really that you think so much. It's kind of this button that you have to push that keeps you, because you're not really the same. You don't act the same way when you're on stage or when you're on your couch watching TV. It's it's kind of a different personality that you kind of have to put yourself into character. That's more kind of what you do.